think about how weird sleeping is? Like one moment, it's 10 p.m., and then the next, it's 8 a.m. And the time between night and day passes in the blink of an eye. And I don't know, I just find that strange, you know? Sometimes I'll even try to pinpoint the exact moment I fall asleep and lose consciousness, and that time passes by, and I don't know, it's just something I like to do.
Do you ever lie awake at night and feel overwhelmed by the sheer amount of mailboxes that must exist in this world? Are there billions, trillions, maybe even an infinite number of mailboxes? When I think about all of them at once, I feel like I'm drowning in a sea of mailboxes. It all feels so overwhelming.
So I had this dream where I was by the water. It was kind of rocky and very pretty.
It clashed against the rocks while almost still gentle. It looked like a battle almost, the waves trying to push the rocks from the shore, but the rocks remaining solitary.
There's a man wearing bright yellow, which is a friendly color, but he does not seem like he's friendly.
I saw a girl looking through binoculars, and I didn't know who she was, but she weirdly felt familiar. I couldn't really put my finger on it.
I just wanted to know if I'd be able to see my toes, and for how long.
Then I looked through the lens of the binoculars, and I saw her eye. It was piercing. And again, it was so familiar. But I still didn't know. And I couldn't know.
I'm not sure if I'm looking through binoculars or if someone is looking through binoculars and watching me.
And as I was sitting there, this man came up to me with a cart. He's like, "Hello, sir." I'm like, "Hi." He's like, "Do you know where you are right now?" And I said, "No." I turned away for one moment, and when I looked back, he was gone. The tire tracks continued, along with his footprints. So I decided to follow them, still listening to the sounds of the ocean. To my right was the water, and to my left was a hill with tall trees and tall grass. And I felt like I walked for hours, but I wasn't tired. I didn't feel dehydrated. It's a dream, of course, so I felt no pain.
I was standing in front of this silly garage door, and as it opened, I saw a man with big thighs. I don't know why, but the big barrel next to them, I assumed, was filled with gasoline, and there was wood to the right. I was so cold, and yet they were dressed for a safari or something.
I had no idea who they were. And they were dressed so eccentrically. They didn't have shoes on, and one of them was a cowboy, I think. They just kind of stared at me.
I knew I was dreaming when the dog came out, and I didn't feel any pressure to pretend to be a dog person, to go up and pet it.
I'm dreaming. I'm trapped in vines. They are bittersweet, which is an invasive species, but it has really beautiful flowers. Even though I'm trapped, I don't feel unsafe. I can see water in the distance, and it feels less safe than being in the vines.
And I decided to just sit in the sand and admire the ocean. The sound of it hitting the pier and the rocks, the shoreline, the changing colors of the sand as it goes from light to dark. It's become saturated with water, or just saturated.
Then I saw that there were flowers in my mailbox. And I took them and I just went by the ocean to sit there, but the guy was staring at me. The guy with the cowboy hat. And so I started walking into the ocean with the flowers, just because I kind of wanted to get my feet wet, I guess, and then I ended up bringing them to him.
Then she walked up a flight of stairs, and sitting on the stairs was the cowboy from my previous dreams. I wasn't sure what their relation was at all. She just gave him the flowers and they just kind of stayed next to each other.
The two men were ghosts, strangers, people you see in dreams that don't make you feel anything at all.
And I just watched it, and when it concluded, the man was next to me again. And he goes, "I think you've spent enough time here, wouldn't you agree?" And I was like, "I don't know. If I didn't know this was something I needed, how would I know when my time was up?"